There's a story in the Bible that almost no one talks about. A prophet who appeared suddenly, performed a mind-bending miracle, and then vanished forever. Who was he? And why did God take him away in such a shocking manner? Stick with me, because this story contains one of the most powerful and unsettling lessons in the entire Old Testament. Our story begins in a time of deep division. The kingdom of Israel had split in two. In the southern kingdom of Judah, the descendants of David ruled from Jerusalem. But in the north, a new king named Jeroboam had seized power. To consolidate his rule and prevent his people from traveling to Jerusalem to worship, Jeroboam committed a terrible sin. He built 2 golden calves, one in Bethel and one in Dan, and declared, "Here are your gods, Israel, who brought you up out of Egypt." He established a new priesthood, new festivals, and was leading the entire nation into idolatry. It was a spiritual disaster. It's at this precise moment, as King Jeroboam stands at his counterfeit altar in Bethel, about to offer incense to a golden calf, that our mysterious figure bursts onto the scene. The Bible doesn't give us his name. It simply calls him a man of God from Judah. He didn't come with an army or a royal entourage. He came alone, armed only with a word from the Lord. He walks straight up to the altar, and in front of the king and all the people, he cries out with divine authority. He doesn't even address Jeroboam directly at first. He speaks to the altar itself, prophesying that one day, a future king from the house of David, named Josiah, would be born. And this Josiah would come to this very spot and defile this altar by sacrificing the priests of the high places upon it. He was predicting an event that wouldn't happen for another 300 years. This was an incredibly bold and dangerous move. Imagine walking into a dictator's rally and publicly denouncing him and his entire system. King Jeroboam is furious. He points his hand at the man of God and shouts, "Seize him!" But at that very moment, a miracle happens. The hand that Jeroboam stretched out against the prophet withers up, instantly paralyzed. He can't even pull it back. At the same time, as a sign that the prophecy is true, the altar itself splits apart, and its ashes pour out onto the ground, just as the man of God had declared. The king's arrogance instantly turns to desperation. He pleads with the prophet, "Please, entreat the favor of the Lord your God, and pray for me, that my hand may be restored to me." The man of God, showing incredible grace, prays for the king, and his hand is restored. The king, relieved and perhaps a little impressed, invites the prophet back to his palace. "Come home with me and refresh yourself," he says, "and I will give you a reward." This is a critical moment. The prophet has been given a very specific set of instructions from God. He was to deliver the message and then leave immediately. God had explicitly commanded him, "You shall not eat bread or drink water or return by the way that you came." So, the man of God firmly refuses the king's offer. He says, "If you were to give me half your house, I would not go in with you. I will not eat bread or drink water in this place, for this is what the Lord commanded me." He was making a powerful statement. He would have no fellowship, no part, in this apostate kingdom. He obeyed, leaving Bethel by a different road. His mission was a success. But the story takes a tragic turn. Living in Bethel was an old prophet. His sons came and told him everything that the man of God from Judah had done. Hearing this, the old prophet feels a strange mix of curiosity and perhaps professional jealousy. He saddles his donkey and goes searching for the man of God. He finds him sitting under an oak tree, resting on his journey home. The old prophet from Bethel invites him back to his house to eat. The man of God repeats his divine instructions, "I cannot return with you. For I was told by the word of the Lord, you shall not eat bread or drink water there, nor return by the way that you came." Here's where the story becomes truly heartbreaking. The old prophet lies to him. He says, "I too am a prophet as you are, and an angel spoke to me by the word of the Lord, saying, bring him back with you into your house that he may eat bread and drink water." Why did he lie? The Bible doesn't say. Maybe he was lonely. Maybe he wanted to be associated with this powerful new prophet. Whatever his reason, his lie would have fatal consequences. The man of God from Judah, perhaps tired and hearing a message from someone he believed to be a fellow prophet, makes a fatal mistake. He lets down his guard and goes back with him. He disobeys the direct, personal command God had given him in favor of a second-hand report. As they are sitting at the table, the word of the Lord suddenly comes to the old prophet, the very one who had lied. And he cries out to the man of God from Judah, "Thus says the Lord, because you have disobeyed the mouth of the Lord, and have not kept the command that the Lord your God commanded you, your body shall not come to the tomb of your fathers." The judgment was swift and irreversible. After he had eaten and drunk, the man of God sets off on his donkey to go home. But on the way, a lion meets him on the road and kills him. But here's the strangest part of the miracle. The lion doesn't eat the body. And it doesn't attack the donkey. When people pass by, they see an incredible, supernatural scene: the prophet's body lying on the road, with the lion and the donkey standing peacefully beside it. This wasn't a random animal attack, it was a divine execution. It was a sign. The lion, a symbol of the tribe of Judah, acted as God's agent of judgment. So why? Why would God allow this faithful prophet, who had so bravely confronted a king, to die in such a terrible way for what seems like a small mistake? It seems so unfair. But this is the core of the lesson. The story isn't just about the man of God, it's a message for all of Israel, and for us. It teaches us that partial obedience is still disobedience. God's specific commands are not negotiable. The prophet's mission was to be a living parable of complete separation from the sin of Bethel. By eating there, he compromised his own message. His death served as a terrifying confirmation of his prophecy against the altar. If God would judge his own prophets so severely for a single act of disobedience, how much more certain was the judgment coming for King Jeroboam and the entire kingdom that was living in open rebellion? It was a lesson about the absolute and compromising holiness of God and the non-negotiable importance of obeying his word precisely. This story reminds us that God's ways are higher than ours. Sometimes, obedience costs us everything: our comfort, our reputation, even our lives, but it is the price of true greatness in God's kingdom. His commands are for our protection and his glory, and trusting his direct word is more important than trusting human counsel, even from those who seem spiritual. If you love diving into Bible stories that have powerful, hidden lessons like this one, make sure you subscribe and turn on the notification bell. We tell the Bible like you've never heard it before. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.